How you doing? John Morgan. So sometime last year, or maybe a couple years ago, my coach Rich Littman posted on Facebook, Yoda was wrong. That's such an awesome headline, hence why I'm stealing it for this video. But he was referring to this clip. Bam.
Always with you what cannot be done. Hear you nothing that I say. You must unlearn what you have learned.
All right, I'll give it a try.
No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
Do or do not, right? There is no try. And so what Rich was talking about was that actually my son, who's learning to walk, is getting up and trying to walk and falling down, and getting up and trying again and falling down, and getting up and trying again and falling down. And it's trying, his willingness to try, that actually gets him to succeed and be able to walk. And I was like, yeah, of course, Yoda was wrong. And Yoda was also right. Because, like, with Luke and Skywalker in this clip, right? I mean, how many people do you hear talking about something they want to do, and they say, well, yeah, I'll try, and their kind of shoulders slump and their heads are like, I'll try. And you just kind of know when they say it, it's like, oh boy, you might as well just puff into like smoke and disappear, because your meaningless, your existence in the world is obsolete. You're like, you're not even real. That's the energy that comes off them, right? It's like, whatever. So Yoda was right too, and Yoda was wrong. So what's the difference? And I think getting the difference here is really important, because this word try, you don't want to strike it from your vocabulary, but you do want to stop using it in a way that doesn't serve you and start using it in a way that does. Yes, I'm actually suggesting you start saying try more often and you take that on, but in a specific way. So what's the distinction? Yoda was talking about actions and Rich was talking about results. So if both of them were to be more specific, they could both be right. Sorry guys, but you know, I'm sure you're boys, you can work it out. Try for results, do or do not for actions. So what I mean by that, it's like, you know, I'm gonna try going to the gym. Nah, dude, that's an action. You either do go to the gym or you do not go to the gym. Yeah, I'm going to lose weight. Well, I hope so. But if you're so committed to losing weight, and actually it's not something you can do, you don't have complete control over that because it's a result, it's an outcome of things that you would do or not do, then what might happen is if you act on things to move towards losing weight and you don't lose weight because you're attached to that and you think you can control the outcome, you may get disappointed, frustrated, and stop going to the gym or stop that diet, whatever it is, because you think that you can control that result. You can't. Allow some freedom to come in. Believe and understand that you can influence results, but you can't control them. Only thing you can actually do when it comes to outcomes and results is try. You can't totally control it. That's the first piece, right? Is to understand where these two things are valuable. So try for results. I'm going to try to lose weight. I'm going to try that to get that result by doing these things. I'm going to do this, do this, do this, and if it doesn't work, then I'm going to do something else, right? I'm going to commit to either doing or not doing actions because I'm trying for an outcome and a result. Now, here's what people do. They said, as I kind of talked about before, I'm going to try to do these things so that I can get that result. And they're applying try to actions, and they're not even willing to apply trying to results. Very often, there's a thing that they want to achieve, but they're not even willing to try. I recently sent an article out on my blog, but like, you are already failing, and it's about how if you don't try to achieve something, then you're failing at it by default. So you might as well try and maybe fail at it through action instead of just failing by default, right? And so this is why I'm saying you want to bring trying into your life. Try for things that you want. Try to create the results that you want in your life. Try to create the outcomes that you want in your life. Try, just like Rich's son did, to learn to walk. And like you did at one point in your life, you tried to learn to walk. To be able to walk, ability is the end result of the actions that you either do or do not do, right? Try for results, do or do not actions. Try, 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 try for results. Try, try, try. Live by trying for results. Die trying for results. And do that by either doing or not doing actions. Much love.